Here at Lens Crackers, we can crack your fine, high-quality eyewear in less than an hour. Our trained technicians use only the best equipment to crack your fine quality eyewear. So remember, Lens Crackers, we can crack them in less than an hour. Welcome back to Truth Quest. My name is Aaron Moriarity. I will be your host, and we're going on a quest for truth together. Here we are, we're together again. Thanks to the intronet. Yes, the intronet, because it introduces you to everything in the world, even things you don't want to see. Yeah, some of that stuff shouldn't be on there, should not be on there. Well, I hope you're all having a wonderful week. It's Wednesday here at the Truth Quest and everywhere else, except for on the other side of the world where it might be tomorrow already, or possibly yesterday. I think tomorrow. Alrighty, Aphrodite. Well, here we are again. It's Wednesday again. It seems like there's one of these days in every week, doesn't it? I think so. I think, whoa, there's a mystery solved right there. Alrighty then. Well, I think now is a very good time to go over to Chatlandia. Chatlandia, a crazy little spot where all of our friends get together and chat. And look who's here. Why, it's Weiss123. That's Catherine Weiss. And she's one of our Ultramods, and she says, "Hiya, Aaron!" Exclamation point. And then Kathy also says, "I'll be over on YouTube tonight." All right. Awesome. And then Kathy goes, "Hi, Peggy," because she knows she's going to be there shortly. And then I said, "Hi, Kathy." Okay, awesome. And then I said, "Hi, Kathy," over on YouTube before she could get a chance to get over there. So I said hi first over there. And then I said, "Welcome, Truth Questers," over there on the Portrait channel. I actually made it over the Portrait channel. Can you believe it? I don't believe it. Peggy Dancer, that's another one of our Ultramods. She's over there on YouTube, and she says, "Hello, Aaron. Hot Games and Puzzles." Hi, Catherine White. Kathy Catherine Weiss. I'll be on Rumble. Cool. All right. And then Kathy says, "Hi, Aaron," over on the regular YouTube channel. I guess the landscape channel. And then Peggy Dancer, she's over on the Portrait site, and she says, "Hi, Aaron. Hot Games and Puzzles." Hi, Catherine Weiss. I'll be on Rumble. Awesome. And then Catherine Weiss puts this out. "Please like and share this video with your friends, family, and social media, and hit the old thumbs up, because it helps the algorithm, the algo beat, and the algo melody." All right. All those algo things. So thank you, Kathy, for putting that out there. And Cap78 Pack Peggy Dancer says, "Hi, Aaron. Truth Quest, Aaron Moriarty." Hi, Weiss. 123 Kathy. "I'll be here." And she gives a little heart. Isn't that nice? Thank you. And then I said, "Hiya, Peggy." Okay. We got the best Ultramods, I'm telling you. And Cap78 Pack Peggy Dancer says, "I'm back. Had to clear a few things." Okay. We didn't even miss you. How do you like that? I don't think the show had started at that point. And then Kathy says, "Hi, Aaron," over on the Portrait channel. And, oh, looks like we have a new friend. Star Girl Scene. says, hello, Aaron. Well, hello, Stargirl Scene. Good to see you here. And she says, I'm assuming it's a woman. How are you? Well, if I was doing any better, I'd be you. That's right. I'd be you if I was doing any better. So I guess I'm doing pretty good. How are you? Is that a cat on your logo? Looks like you like cats. All right. Okie dokie, Pinocchio. Well, we're all done there. We're all caught up for the momentum. And, boy, you know, we really missed our friend Skylark74 on our last show. I hope he's doing okay. Probably dog sitting again. You know, he's got that new thing going over there. So there it is. All righty, Aphrodite. Well, now is when we go over to a place on the intranet, that we like to call the land of Zuckers. Why? Because there's a Zucker born every minute over there, and we're there to see it. We're here for it. Oh, yeah. So here we go to Facebook. Facebookorama. And there you are. And look at that. That's the beautiful mountains over there in China. Oh, looks like I got that on the screen. Hello?
Your chat is on the screen.
Okay, I saw that. I took it off. Thanks.
Okay, thank you.
All right, bye-bye. The bat phone. That was Kathy. She's always watching, making sure I don't make mistakes, and that's a full-time job. Believe you me. Okie dokie, Pinocchio. All right. Just checking back to see if Stargirl Scene has answered how she's doing. How you doing, Stargirl Scene? And that's episode number 795. Can you even believe it? I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Oh, here's a very important story, folks. It's something to worry about, okay? Here's something to worry about. Now, one more thing to worry about. Here you go.
Let this be a lesson to all men. You need to support your ladders. Well, I thought the ladders support us. They do, and we need to support them back, because if you don't, they can leave you.
No way, this is so sad.
It's one thing to have your wife leave you, but the day your ladder leaves you, that's the end.
I want to wish this on my worst enemy.
What if you have troughs that need clearing?
Oh, no.
What if you need to paint a high
Don't
wall?
make me imagine this.
Am I supposed to just use the pole? That breaks all the time. I need a ladder to fall for more, man.
Just a sec, I'm going to call my ladder.
Yo, me too. Let this be a lesson to all men. You need to support your ladder.
Support your ladder. You know, I have a step ladder. I never knew my real ladder. Oh yeah. Oh, look, it's Valeronian. He's back. Greetings, fellow Truth Questers. Hey, we were missing you. I just mentioned you. I bet you probably heard me through the other waves that are out there. Brain waves, right? And Kathy says, hello, Valeronian. And now it's my turn to say, hi, Valeronian. La, 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 la. Exclamation points. Oh, my goodness. It looks like Peggy Dancer has donated $20. She rumble ranted $20. Thank you so much, Peggy Dancer. I'll take a screenshot of that so we can share it, because it doesn't show up. Unfortunately, it does not show up. Did it show up over there? No, it didn't even show up on the screen. Isn't that wild? Well, okay. Well, we're going to have to take a little sidebar over here. Oops, I have to open it first so I can see it, so we can see it. There it is. And let's just make that a little bit better looking there. And share screen, because sharing is caring. And here is what our chat looks like if you are live on Rumble And this is how much fun they're having over here. And there's Cap 78 pack, $20. Thank you, Aaron, for all you do. Well, thank you so much. You're very welcome. And thank you, Peggy Dancer. That's awesome. That is awesome. Thank you. Uh-oh. Hello?
The chat is on the screen.
I know. I noticed. I took it off.
Okay.
Thank you. The bat phone again. Look at that. Well, I wasn't done showing stuff on the screen, so I just for a little moment here, we're going to show the chats, okay? I said, oops, wrong one. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Kathy says, hi, Valoronian. I said, hi, Valoronian. Cap 78 Pack says, hello, Valoronian. You've been missed. Yes, we were just talking about that. And Valoronian says, using the cell phone tonight, no laptop and no keyboard. Oh, my. Well, all right. He's in Studio B tonight. And Cap 78 Pack says, that's all I've got is my cell phone, Valoronian. Wow. That's all I have is the bat phone and my confuser. Thank you so much, Peggy Dancer. Very much appreciated. All right. Now let's get back over to the land of Zuckers. And, support your ladder. And your ladder will support you. It's a beautiful thing. It is a beautiful thing, folks. And here is a quote from John F. Kennedy, one of the greats, one of the great ones. One day, after I am long gone, you will remember me and say, we should have stopped the nuclear program of Israel, abolished the Federal Reserve, and kicked all secret societies, occultists, usurpers, and Zionists out of our wonderful country. To keep it that way. But it is never too late. Just remember that. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh, and look who else is here. It's at the BK, a Mohian from Mount Westonka days. Class president of our class. And so the BK says, greetings to all those seeking truth. Well, greetings to you too, my friend. President? Do people still call you president? I guess if you're president of anything at any time, you're always going to be president, right? I think if I was, that's what I would do. Kathy says hi at the BK. And I got to say hi to the Mohian, fellow Mohian at TH should show up. It's showing up. Oh, thank you, YouTube. It's working. Well, there you go. Groovy like a record. And I said, hi, at the BK. And there we are. Oh, and by the way, also, for those of you interested in the birds and ducks my mother carves and paints so eloquently, she now has 2 pieces at the Angela Lench Gallery in Egg Harbor, Wisconsin. So go check them out. One is a big crow and a bufflehead. And I have an example of the bufflehead right here. It's not this one, but that's gorgeous. Gorgeous work that she does. She's 85 and she's working on a piece that she was commissioned to do of a pheasant. A pheasant. Yes, John F. Kennedy. That's interesting. We should have stopped the nuclear program of Israel. Interesting. They're not supposed to have one, remember? Not legally anyway. Isn't that weird? Isn't that weird? Trump put this out, and our Minnesota friends like at the BK might appreciate this. Amy Klobuchar, or like Tom Gray calls her, Horseface. Amy Klobuchar, Horseface, the lightly respected, not highly, lightly respected senator from Minnesota, is running for governor to take the place of the current corrupt and incompetent Tim Walz. Tampon Tim. I have gotten to know Klobuchar over the years and find her to be equally as incompetent as Walz. Oh, I gave myself the hiccups again. Or maybe I could say Trump gave me the hiccups again. And probably equally as corrupt in that, as a high government official for Minnesota, she knew everything that was going on. If the elections in Minnesota weren't rigged, any Republican could win. But they were, and that is why nobody has won there since Richard Nixon many years ago. I thought I won in all 3 times, only to be disappointed in the end. Vote for Mike Lindell for governor, who has my complete and total endorsement, and forget about those corrupt Democrats like Amy Klobuchar. Make Minnesota great again. Donald J. Trump, President Donald J. Trump. Yeah. And Cap78 Pack says hi at the BK. And Peggy Dancer also says tomorrow during President Trump's speech will be the exact time JFK Jr.'s plane went down 27 years ago. Really? That's interesting. Oh my. Wow. Well, how do you like that for synchronicities? Or planned. Could be planned. And here is a guy who confessed to being part of the JFK assassination. He goes into great detail about everything that went on. And it's very compelling, and I would tend to believe this guy. We'll hear a little bit of it here. We're not going to watch the whole thing. It's 30 minutes long. Oh, and it's already buffering. James Files, which is a name that was given to him by the government so that he could live a semi-normal life, I guess, because he was working for the CIA to do this, and maybe the mob. But he was aware of and met and did a few things with Lee Harvey Oswald. He also met Jack Ruby. They were all part of it. He was one of the trigger men. He was one of the trigger men. And it's not showing up. It's not.
Army and Laos.
Here we go.
Name in late 1963 due to the fact that at that time I wished to get married and raise a family.
And what is your name now?
Today I'm incarcerated. I'm under the name James C. Files. I raised a family under that name, James Files.
Did you change your names for any particular reason?
I changed my name.
Past?
I changed my name for a particular reason because I had been working with a radical Cuban group, and excuse me, what we wanted to do at that time was to protect my identity so they wouldn't know who I really was when I got married because of my family life. I didn't want anyone to retaliate on the things that we were doing. And so I took on a different identity that was authorized to me through a government agency.
Were you ever in the armed services?
I was in the 82nd Airborne. I went in 1959, state of entry, January. And in July 10th of 1959, I believe it was July 10th, we shipped out to Laos. I was 82nd Airborne.
What were some of your duties?
My duties at that time, we were working a special operations group to work with the Latosian Army in Laos at that time. And I was there strictly as an advisor on training with small automatic weapons. I didn't want to take them again. I'm telling you the truth. I got 30,000 on the first part. I cut it in half from the beginning of 15 because there was an awful lot of money back then, and I didn't really think it mattered that much. And I didn't really planned to tell what money I got to it until I talked to Joe on that. But the total figure was 30.
Okay. I just want to clarify.
And I'm clarifying everything now. We've been playing
That's
straight
the
ball ever
only
since.
difference you ever told me right there.
Well, in the beginning, I said 15 because I didn't think it mattered that much what the amount was. But since we've been playing square ball with everything else, and I've given you everything that I have, I'm not going to go back on that part. I'm just going to give you the actual figure, and that's what it was, and I never received no more, no less. The next money I received after that was for something else that we had done. But like I say, as far as, excuse me, the CA, someone in government organizations had a heavy hand in it because they supplied Secret Service identification for different people. I don't know who used it, but I saw the identification that day and that morning of the assassination. But David Alley Phillips had given me the Remington fireball at that time back then, but not specifically for Kennedy. He had given me that weapon, and it had been used prior to the assassination of John F. Kennedy when we had did some other work. And I had used it, I believe it was the third time for Kennedy. Would have been the third one, whether it was used a few times since then. But at that point, I know a lot of people that knew that Kennedy was going to be assassinated, but whether they had planned it or ordered it or not, I have no idea who ordered his assassination.
When you were in Dealey Plaza, did you see any other people there that you recognized that may have been involved with the mob or either with the CIA?
Yes, I did. I saw Frank Sturgeon. And at one point, I'm going to say he was probably no more than 40, 50 feet away. And again, later when I looked at him when I was farther from the yard, I was about 40 yards from him, maybe 35 yards away. And I scanned the crowd, I saw him. He was still there at the time of the assassination. And I was looking at him through a 3-power scope also. So I scanned the crowd to see if he was still there, and he was there.
Anyone else that you recognized? You told me at one time it looked like Old Home Week.
Excuse me, could we cut?
Sure. Did you see anybody else there you recognized?
Yes, they had Eugene Brady. He was there. James Braden, some people referred to him as, but I knew him as Eugene Brady.
Why was he there?
That I have no idea. I never talked to the man there, never discussed anything with the man. But I know that he had been there with Johnny Roselli and with Charles Nicoletti because he was at the Dallas Cabana.
So that's a little bit of this guy, James Files. That's the name he goes by, or did go by. I don't know if he's still alive or not. But confession number 1. So interesting. And Mini Moog 1 says, E. Howard Hunt. Let's not forget Tramps. Yeah, I skipped around on that video. It's a 30-minute video, so it could be, he could have mentioned that in there. But yeah, good to see you, Mini Moog 1. So do you play the Moog? Only when you're in the mood do you play the Moog, right? Alrighty, Aphrodite. Okie dokie, Pinocchio. Well, let's keep rolling. And here's a guy from the Daily Caller. Now, I don't watch the Daily Caller, but I guess this guy, Shamath Palfatia, I don't know how to say that. Apparently, he was a never Trumper, but well, let's listen to what he says.
You're 100% right on Trump. He's fantastic.
Great person.
Unbelievable person. Very smart on top of it. Open-minded.
Great president.
Great president so far. The reality is that most of us were lied to by the media about President Trump. And if you just go back to the source material, you should take away 2 things. 1, he didn't say half the things he said. And 2, why did these other people just fabricate what they wanted to say so that they could essentially assassinate his character? I think that second thing is completely unacceptable in America. And there's still been no repercussions, really. I took the time to learn about it. You know, the way that I met him was I admitted on the pod, which, you know, has millions of viewers. And I said, I got it totally wrong. Because I went and I watched Charlottesville. And you know the first person to call me?
Who was it?
President Trump. And I got to know him. And I put the phone down. I called my wife and I said, We got it totally wrong. We were lied to. You're 100% right on Trump. He's fantastic.
Great person.
Now, this is really important for someone. Now, I don't know how much against Trump he used to be, but because I don't watch that stuff, but that's remarkable. If he has millions of followers and they heard him say that might, plant a seed in a lot of people's minds to maybe give President Trump some grace and not be listening to the fake news media. So that's very interesting. And I'm awfully glad to see it. Oh, here's the Evel Knievel stunt cycle. Oh yeah, we all had one. You had to, right? Okay, here we go.
In 1973, the hottest toy in America was a doll of a man whose entire job was surviving crashes. The Evel Knievel stunt cycle. You crank this little red gyro launcher like you were starting a lawnmower, harder and harder, until the tiny plastic daredevil rocketed off the coffee table at roughly the speed of regret. The goal? Jumps. Glorious doom jumps. Over Hot Wheels, over the dog, over your little brother who was not thrilled about it. And here's the thing. The real Evel Knievel walked away from more crashes than anyone in history. Hundreds of them. That's not a stuntman. That's a medical miracle in a star-spangled jumpsuit. So naturally, Ideal looked at America's most crash-prone human and said, let's give him to a 7-year-old. And we loved him. We flung that little figure across the room until the wheels popped off. Follow for more toys that should have come with a helmet and a lawyer.
Okay.
In 1973, the hottest toy in America was a doll.
1973. Oh yeah, 433 broken bones. 433, and we loved it. And this is where the thumbnail came for tonight's show. This is from Shenanigans. A mountain range that is basically a geological timeline written in color. It's beautiful. I mean, it's just gorgeous.
Facts about Earth that do not seem real. This is one of Earth's rarest land formations, and every single stripe of these colors was only revealed after 2 continents quite literally smashed themselves together. These are the Rainbow Mountains located in Zhangye Dansha's National Park in China, and this image looks like it's out of a storybook, but every single one of these colors is a very real natural formation. Around 250 million years ago, all of these minerals and sand and silt were compressed into each other, creating these rainbow mountains. But it wasn't until 55 million years ago that it was exposed to the naked eye. 50 million years ago, the Indian plate and the Eurasian plate were 2 separate crusts of the Earth, but they ended up smashing into each other. And they are not only responsible for the Rainbow Mountains located up here in the Tibetan Plateau, but this is the exact reason why we have the Himalayas. And, fun fact, these 2 plates are still crashing into one another even now, creating new mountain formations.
Wow.
Once those 2 huge pieces of crust actually collided into each other, it pushed all of this compressed rock, compressed minerals, salt, and silt above the Earth's surface, and that is what we have today, the Rainbow Mountains. And all of these colors are a different mineral pressed into each other. The red color is from hematite. The yellow color is from limonite. The orange is from a mineral called goethite, and the greens are from a mineral called chlorite. The most incredible part about these mountains to me is that every single one of these stripes that you see is almost like a page in Earth's history.
Okay, I want to pause it here. Now take a look at it right here. It looks like the American flag. Look, here's the red and white stripes, and here's like the stars in the blue. I think it looks like the American flag. Actually, it looks like a bunch of flags. Okay, continue.
And for something like this to come together and be compressed so beautifully, it doesn't even look like it's on Earth. Facts about Earth that do not seem...
Okay. Now, so interesting. So thank you, Shenanigans. You got a good channel there. But I think we can take something else that she didn't mention and make it into a teaching moment, a learning moment, if you will. Now, if you look closely at her nose, you can see right here, there's something on her nose. And so this brings up something that I think is a very important thing to talk about. because when you go fishing, accidents can happen. If you leave that hook in your nose too long, you might get an infection. Now, maybe she had she was going live and she didn't have time to take out that fish hook, but I would take it out as quickly as you can, okay? I see people all over the place with fish hooks in their noses, and it makes me feel very sorry for them every time I see them. Oh yeah, don't you know? Watch out for those fish hooks, man. Fishing is dangerous, just to say. Brian Forrester, check out Brian Forrester. He's over at the megalithic Osirian in Egypt. Let's check this out.
So this is inside. This is one of the rooms at one end of the Osirian at Abydos. See the corbelled ceiling.
A little bit of repair jobs, looks like they said posted open right there. Oh, it's not nothing.
So this is inside. This is one of the rooms.
Isn't that, oh, look at this. All stone. They were so advanced back then, but not quite advanced enough to have wallpaper. Not advanced enough to have wallpaper, but look, that's very impressive to, boy, I wonder how many people died making this back in the day. It's a big undertaking. Oh, one of those big stones cracks and falls on somebody. It's gonna make a big mess. But that's why we need the chronovisor to see exactly how they did that. And it might not be as mystical or magical as we might think it might be. And look at this. Today, I testified before the U.S. Senate. This is James O'Keefe talking, exposing fraud in America. Now, let's check this out. It's very interesting.
Our next witness is James O'Keefe. He's an American investigative journalist and media entrepreneur. He's the founder of Project Veritas and currently serves as the founder and CEO of O'Keefe Media Group. Mr. O'Keefe.
Chairman Paul, Ranking Member Peters, and members of this committee, thank you for the opportunity to testify. In February of 2026, I disguised myself as a homeless person and approached a petition circulator on Skid Row near San Pedro and South 6th Street in downtown LA. I saw cash clipped to his shirt, which I thought was odd. The petition circulator told me, "We're going to need 14 signatures and we're going to pay you $2. One of our reporters, disguised as a heroin addict with track marks on his arm, asked the homeless, "What's going on here?" They all replied with one word: money. We recorded a woman named Brown handing over cash as payment in exchange for a homeless person to register to vote in a federal election. Now that is a federal crime. Congress expressly criminalizes payments to people to register to vote. Why? Because the vote is sacred. It's an act of conscience, of judgment. And when it becomes contaminated by incentives, when it is for sale, it undermines the sanctity and fairness of the process designed to elect those who represent us. Our investigation contributed to a federal criminal prosecution, with U.S. Attorney Bill Asalia saying, "Once I saw these videos, I went to work." Brown described the whole thing as a, quote, pyramid game. And then came the irony. In a neighborhood of NGOs in Los Angeles, designed to protect the vulnerable homeless population, the person being confronted by the NGOs was not the fraudster, it was the reporter exposing the fraud. Just minutes after we exposed these felonies, I was approached by a man who identified himself as being with the LAPD, and he began to record me. When I pressed him, he admitted he was actually with the LA Homelessness Authority. Under California law, that's a crime. So this was also a form of fraud, albeit covering up for the fraud happening across the street. But it got worse. We witnessed petition circulators giving marijuana in exchange for signatures on the petitions. And when they spotted our camera, they told one of our reporters, "I'm going to knock your bleeping ass. Don't come over here again. I'm going to beat your ass." He threatened us. So we decided to band together. We formed a Citizen Journalism Justice League featuring Savannah Hernandez, Cam Higbee, Anthony Rubin, and John Tro. And over the next few weeks, we caught dozens of these cash and drug exchanges for signatures on the petitions. Together, Over the course of those next few weeks, we released reporting that prompted the governor of California not to attack us, but to say that what we did was important and the activity should be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. We also found next ballot petitioners asking homeless to sign in other people's names. We recorded over the shoulder one petitioner who took out his phone to access an online database to pull voter rolls and addresses. Quote, "I have an Idaho address," said the voter. The petitioner says, "I'm going to give you an address to write. Your name is Robert." Another says, "I'm giving you a new name." So we visited the residence of those people who were disenfranchised. One of the names was Vicky Walker. The homeowner at that address said for 9 years he received election mail in the name of this Vicky Walker. In fact, he told me he'd received so many ballots in the name of Vicky Walker, he named his cat Vicky Walker. We returned to ask for comment from the petitioner who was offering drugs in exchange for signatures. The same individual who had threatened us earlier, he grabbed the petitions and hid them in his car. When we caught up to him, one of his associates charged at us and punched my producer in the neck.
Wow.
The two men then charged at me. And right before they struck us, Cam Higbee deployed pepper spray. With pepper spray in their eyes, the two men continued to attempt to assail us. My colleague Braden and I had no choice but to run for our lives. To this day, all the fraudsters that committed state crimes roam free. This, as Nick has said, is not a political issue. It's not a partisan issue. It's not a conspiracy theory. And it is most certainly not circumstantial evidence. Everything I've testified to you here, all the quotes and many more, are all recorded on tape. So the question before this committee is not whether the fraud exists or whether it's happening. Oftentimes in politics, y'all debate the facts. The facts are what they are. The question is why the incentives allow it to flourish. There is money in fraud, but there's no money in exposing the fraud. And when laws are ignored without consequences, fraud becomes the incentive. Fraud becomes the model of life. Tony Moore, one of the coordinators for the ballot petitions, told us if there's no consequences, it doesn't matter. And that's the point. I don't have subpoena power. Us journalists don't have the power to do anything but expose. They campaign in this building about freedom and protecting democracy and preventing disenfranchisement and how nobody is above the law. But if those principles are not enforced, when they're violated in broad daylight, they're not principles at all. They're slogans. And without accountability, our notion of freedom is just an illusion. Thank you.
Actually, a beautiful speech. A beautiful speech, definitely. I got to say hi to D. Dale out in the audience. Hello there, buddy. Also, JJ is here, and EC was here. EC has a show. He basically reads the Badlands Daily Brief right before Badlands comes on. And so it's he's got a great voice for this. And so go check him out. EC was here. And check him out. He has actually got a really good like radio TV voice. I wouldn't be surprised if he used to be a radio guy, or maybe he still is. He just got one of those very excellent voice for doing this type of thing. So there it is. And there's a few more here. Cap 78 Pack says hello. EC was here. And then D. Dale says, JJ, hello, good to see you, friend. And JJ says, D. Dale, good to see you, too. Alrighty then. Okie dokie, Pinocchio. Well, let's go back over here and see what's happening now. Oh, when the Berlin Wall came down, nobody ran to the communist side. Well, I think there were some, people who were missing their relatives and went over there to find them, bring them back to the other side, to the west side. That's an interesting thing, though. No one ran over to the communist side. Yeah. I have a friend out here who, before the wall fell, he went over he somehow got into Germany or East Germany. I'm not sure, but someone showed him and gave him like a Nazi flag, and he took it home, and he was very proud of that. But kind of risky back then, but he should have waited a few years. But not because he is one, but just because it's a piece of history. Here's something interesting. Satan is canceled. Russia just made devil worship a felony. 8 years in prison. So you can pray to your whatever God you want to in prison there, but probably not the devil. So you'll get another 8 years tacked on. That's good. Isn't that interdasting? Yeah, he's against that whole thing. That's great. The whole world should be against it, because some people are just waking up to that now. Can you believe it? And Walk Among Heroes put this out. Here's Ronald Reagan. Let's check it out.
General Secretary Gorbachev, if you seek peace, if you seek prosperity for the Soviet Union and Eastern Europe, if you seek liberalization, come here to this gate. Mr. Gorbachev, open this gate. Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall. General,
I remember that. Tear down this wall. And do you want prosperity for your people? I mean, when Clinton was president, Gorbachev came, not Gorbachev, I think Putin came to him and said, we want to be part of NATO. And he was like, at first he's like, wow, that's great. After he counseled with other people, came back and said, no, we can't have that. That would have been an amazing thing, because I've always thought the Russian people and the American people are more alike than any other two people on the planet. And there's no reason why we should be adversaries. We should be, we weren't adversaries in World War II. We were allies. So there you go. There you go. Thanks, Ronald. Ronald Reagan, a really great, powerful voice that he had. And this is good. Something we all know. Check this out. Send this to one of your liberal friends.
All right. Right here you can see the reaction of the whole political left after one famous felon died of a fentanyl overdose. Yeah. And right here you can see the reaction of the whole political right after one of their most famous speakers, their most famous political figure, got brutally murdered. See the difference?
Yep.
All right.
We see the difference. Very obvious. The left is very dangerous. And here is the little Trump cartoons. How to tell if you have Trump derangement syndrome, TDS. How do you know? He'll tell you.
This is how to know if you have Trump derangement syndrome, okay? What you do is, if you're mad about something I did, you ask yourself, if Obama did this, would I still be upset? If the answer is yes, you're fine. But if the answer is no, you clearly have Trump derangement syndrome. Easy peasy. This is how to know if you have Trump derangement syndrome, okay?
There you go. Send that to your libtard friends. Oh, and here's Nick Shirley doing what he does.
I'd like to enroll my grandma, Debbie. I'd like to enroll my grandma, Debbie. Can I get some paperwork? Business is booming here at the daycare. They have it pumping right now. Got all the elderly out here right now. This place made $7.6 million in 2025.
That's not your business.
It actually is, because it's our tax dollars. It's public information from the HHS. I'd like to enroll my grandma, Debbie.
Yeah. We do have a right to ask because it's our money. He's got a great point there. Don't let him shoo you away. This actually is an old video, but here you go. Look at this guy. He's so excited about fishing. Nothing's going to stop his fishing.
Oh, yeah, baby. We better catch so much fish today. Yo, what is he doing? Oh! Not today, bro. I got fish to catch. Try that again another day, bro. Not today. Oh, yeah, baby. We better catch so much fish today. Yo, what is he doing? Oh! Not today, bro. I got fish to catch. Try that again another day, bro. Not today.
Try it again another day, bro. I don't think he's going to be able to walk. He got him right in the hip. But that's what you do. You don't stop for these thugs. You just keep going. They're not going to call the cops on you. The robbers. Wow. I love his attitude. He's so excited to go fishing. See, in America, you can get excited about going fishing. Isn't that lovely? Oh, and if you're an American, you can also enjoy 93 years of Popeye the Sailor Man. 93 years since the debut of Popeye the Sailor Man with Fleischer Studios. Fleischer.
Our hula hula dancer, Betty Boop.
I'm coming back to you, my hula hoo. Beside the sea at Waikiki, you play for me. And once again, you play my heart you away with your yaka hula, hickey hula too.
Our hula hula dancer.
How do you like that? That classic old animation. Nothing better, I'm telling you. Too cool for school. Arizona audit finds 74,243 mail-in ballots with no record of being sent. Well, that's awfully suspicious now, isn't it? Yeah, a lot of suspicious stuff going on in elections. Breaking the end of the administrative courts. The U.S. Solicitor General has declared that many have known for years, administrative courts are unconstitutional, unlawful, and their days are numbered. The DOJ will no longer defend these for-profit tribunals masquerading as courts of law. Justice Gorsuch has made it clear no judge, agency, or bureaucrat can take your property, children, or freedom without a jury trial. The end of lawfare is here. The republic is rising. Retweet if you support the end of rigging courts. Well, that sounds like it's pretty good news, don't you think? Oh, and let's see what this says. If Trump proves Biden was installed, fraud vitiates everything, even Biden's SCOTUS appointments. So, Ketanji Brown Jackson, yeah, she doesn't belong there. That's what a lot of people are saying. And Trump put this out. Of course, he's a fierce supporter of Mike Lindell. Mike Lindell, the Pillow Man, and one of America's greatest and most hardworking patriots, is running to be governor of Minnesota, replacing one of the worst and most incompetent governors in the history of the United USA. Early primary voting has begun, and if given the chance, Mike will be spectacular. 3 exclamation points. He truly loves Minnesota, as do I, and wants to bring it back from oblivion and embarrassment. He can do it. Nobody has sacrificed more than Mike Lindell in fighting for our country, especially when it comes to election integrity. He truly deserves everything he gets. He will make Minnesota great again. Mike Lindell has my complete and total endorsement. He will not let you down. Good luck, Mike. President Donald J. Trump. Don't you love it? I just love it. Oh, this is great. From Juan Furrow, let's watch this. This is great. Of course, it's AI, right? Okay, check this out.
Good evening, chest feeders and transfeminine libtards. There is no cause to be alarmed. We will be landing at President Donald J. Trump International in 5 minutes. And remember, I'm still your president. Good evening, chest feeders and transfeminine libtards. There is no
Chest feeders and transgender libtards. Wow. I really like that one. That's a well done one, I'd say. Oh, here's one of these little Trump cartoons. Self-control. Here's Trump again in cartoon form.
You know, after the latest assassination attempt on me, I think I'm starting to understand why the left is so adamant about gun control. They are terrified that we will start using guns the way they use guns. But good news, we see guns as a way to protect people we love, not shoot people we have political disagreements with, right? So instead of gun control, what if you guys tried self-control? That might fix it all. You know, after the latest
Yeah, a little self-control left. Wouldn't that be good? That would be great. Groovy like a record, you might even say. Oh, look at this bear. He wants to get in this place really badly. A little bear. Oh, glass. Try to get in. Oh.
Boy, trying to get in.
But he learned. He didn't do it the third time.
Yes.
Oh, come on, let him in. He just wanted the bare necessities. Those simple bare necessities, right? That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Oh, the best part of waking up is Donald Trump is president. Oh, yeah. Remember those coffee commercials from years ago? Oh, yeah. And RFK Jr. is proposing a rule to expand the list of recognized COVID-19 vaccine injuries so Americans hurt by the shot can finally get the compensation they're owed. Yes, he's doing such amazing work. And I really hope that he becomes president eventually, too. He'd be a great one. Damn it, Jim, I'm a doctor, not a taxidermist. Yes. Mitch the Glitch. Just Mitching out there. He's Mitching out. Oh, this is good. Oh, yeah. Did you hear about this? Oh, Tom Gray put this out. Our good friend Tom Gray back in Mountain, Minnesota. Hillary Clinton visited an elementary school in New York to talk to the kids about the world. After her talk, she asked if there were any questions. One little boy puts up his hand. He says his name is Kenneth. And what is your question, Kenneth? She asks. I have 3 questions, he says. First, what happened in Benghazi? Second, why did you run for president if you are not even capable of handling 2 email accounts? And third, what happened to the missing $6 billion while you were Secretary of State? Just then the bell rings for recess. Hillary tells the kids that they will continue after recess. When they resume, Hillary says, okay, where were we? Oh, that's right, question time. Who has a question? A different boy, little Johnny, puts his hand up. And what's your question, Johnny? She asks. I have 5 questions. This is so good. I have 5 questions. He says, first, what happened in Benghazi? Second, why did you run for president if you're not capable of handling 2 email accounts? Third, what happened to the missing $6 billion while you were Secretary of State? Fourth, why did the recess bell ring 20 minutes early? And fourth, where the hell is Kenneth? Good question. Hopefully the cameras caught something there. Of course, that's just a... Oh, here's this woman, Harriet. That's what she goes by, Harriet. And she has a voice very similar to Karen Carpenter. We've heard her before, but let's listen again. She's got a beautiful voice. Just lovely.
When I was young, I'd listen to the radio, waiting for my favorite songs. When they played, I'd sing along. It made me smile. Those were such happy times, and not so long ago. How I wondered where they'd gone. But they're back again, just like a long-lost friend. All the songs I love so well. Every sha-la-la-la, every whoa-whoa still shines. Every shing-a-ling-a-ling that they're starting to sing so fine. When they get to the part where he's breaking a heart, it can really make me cry, just like before.
Yeah, she
When
does
I
look
was
like her.
young, I'd listen to the radio.
It's just, oh man, such a beautiful voice. Karen Carpenter had such beautiful voice, and so does Harriet. Just a voice that brings such joy. I loved the Carpenters' music growing up. It was always a favorite when it came on, any one that they did. James Woods puts this out. We will never have, by every good metric imaginable, a president as great as Donald Trump. He has literally been one man in the storm, turning back a tsunami of graft, corruption, and sloth in Washington and beyond. He is a gladiator, a true, unstoppable force of nature. Yes, Terrence Williams put that out. Thanks, Terrence K. Williams. By his pancake mix. Oh, here's something good. Please enjoy my 5-year-old sister's laugh after seeing this car for the first time. Oh, yeah. Oh, this is great. And that's the only color combo this car should ever be.
Okay. Let her, yeah, get up beside it. Let her see it. I got a picture of it.
I see it. Looks like ketchup and mustard. It looks like the ketchup and mustard car.
Little tight.
Isn't that great? Oh, kids are wonderful. Democrat Party in one easy Venn diagram. Remember, wasn't it Kamala Harris that said she loves Venn diagrams? Here's probably her favorite one. Oh, mental illness. Okay. Economic literacy and supreme arrogance. Okay, we got Antifa there. We got above the law, socialists, and the Democrat Party. Look at that. Well, there you go. Kevin Fallon put that out. Thanks, Kevin. Oh, the only cat with a Guinness World Record in music. There's a cat in the Guinness book because her piano improvisations were made into a symphony with an orchestra. Listen to this. There it is. How do you like that? Oh, libs of TikTok. Look at that. I lost to Trump. I lost to Trump. I lost to Trump. Oh, yeah. It's a bigger and bigger club every 4 years, isn't it? We are witnessing the greatest act of cowardice in human history. Western countries are willingly giving away their land, women, and children because the alternative is being called racist. So sick. I think they are waking up, though. Thank goodness. Oh yeah, this was released in the Podesta emails. Todd Mackler telling Donna Brazil and John Podesta he will be meeting with Soros to pre-program voting machines. Yeah. And so this was 2016, 3/19. Subject, the dogs are loose. Hey guys, as you can see from the subject, the dogs are loose. I repeat, the dogs are loose. Loose dogs, guys. You know what to do from here. I'll be meeting with Soros later this week for some pre-programming of machines. We're also going to check out Collective Soul concert. Oh yeah, good for you. These machines will be humming in November. Yeah. And I hope that's going to be part of the grand jury. George M. Nassif put that out. He's got so much information. Here is from 120 years ago, 2 months and 29 days ago. Watch this. This is fabulous. Wow. Wow, look at that. Look at the kids. Hey, there's a camera. Isn't that fascinating? 120 years ago. It's like the cars just went wherever they wanted, cutting in front, going sideways. Amazing there were no accidents that we witnessed here. I'm sure there were many, many accidents back in those days. But yeah, and that's the reason we have so many rules of the road, if you will. Donald Trump put this out.
Communism is so often described as an ideology or a belief that exists somewhere other than in the United States. Let me ask you, sir, just how serious a threat to our national security are these communist subversive activities in the United States today?
Well, I think they're serious. I think it's a matter that we should continue to give great care and attention to. We should support the laws which the United States has passed in order to protect us from those who would destroy us from within. We should sustain the Department of Justice in its efforts and the FBI, and we should be continually alert. I think if the United States is maintaining a strong society here in the United States, I think that we can meet any internal threat. The major threat is external and will continue.
For we are opposed around the world by a monolithic and ruthless conspiracy that relies primarily on covert means for expanding its sphere of influence, on infiltration instead of invasion, on subversion instead of elections, on intimidation instead of free choice, on guerrillas by night instead of armies by day. It is a system which has conscripted vast human and material resources into the building of a tightly knit, highly efficient machine that combines military, diplomatic, intelligence, economic, scientific, and political operations. Its preparations are concealed, not published. Its mistakes are buried, not headlined. Its dissenters are silenced, not praised. No expenditure is questioned, no rumor is printed, no secret is revealed. It conducts the Cold War, in short, with a wartime discipline no democracy would ever hope or wish to match. Nevertheless, every democracy recognizes the necessary restraints of national security. And the question remains whether those restraints need to be more strictly observed if we are to oppose this kind of attack as well as outright invasion.
Communism is so often described as an ideology.
He was an amazing president, and the Q operation started after he was assassinated. And this is President Trump participates in bilateral meeting with the Prime Minister of the Republic of Iraq. Okay, we're not going to listen to that. Oh, here's Anthony Brock is back, and it's the number round 70. Let's see how this goes.
Round 70. A lot of people have said if I watched the movie Apex on Netflix, I'd figure out how to beat this goat. Well, I watched it. Let's see who's boss. So look, it's very simple. You've got to the very end of this song to get as far away from me as you can, okay? Okay? What's the matter? I thought you lost in danger. Can't breathe.
Everything getting harder to find. Everybody jumping out of their mind. Everybody going out of their skin. See, we get to the end, but that's where we begin. You feel it? Man,
Guess he's the apex predator. What's next? Round 70.
70. I wonder how many broken bones he's had. He might give Evel Knievel a run for his money. Fame does not get you out of KP duty. Even ask Elvis. Look at that. He's peeling the potatoes. And JJ said he's seen Apex. I don't watch anything on television. And Dean Allison says, have to ask yourself, why did all Western European and North American states at the same time allow unsustainable immigration in the last 5 years? Well, because it's planned. That's why, by the evil people that want to erase America. And here is 4 years of Webb science, the James Webb Telescope, 4 years. And here's just a smattering of some of the images imaged by that amazing telescope, which, by the way, was damaged shortly after being put into space. It's so far away from us, we can't even go to service it. But it was hit by some micrometeorites. And so it's not, they've kind of compensated a little bit, but yeah, that's the danger of having something out there like that without a force field around it. So start working on the force field. Well, yeah. Planned service changes weekdays, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., July 1 through 30. The New York Police Department will release small amounts of harmless, colorless gas in 5 boroughs and 21 subway lines. This airborne, non-toxic test is part of NYPD's precaution against terror attacks. MTA customers are advised to stay calm. You know, I can just imagine what's going to happen. Oh, it was supposed to be harmless and colorless, but they grabbed the wrong can. Now you got all these thousands of people dead. We're sorry about that. It was a simple clerical mistake. Why? How? Let me ask you a question. How could releasing a colorless gas, harmless colorless gas, be detected? How can they tell where it's going? If it's, I don't know, maybe it has a smell? I don't like this. Whenever they say they're doing something because of to prevent against terror, well, I don't think so. And I also think they should not have these drills in schools either. I think that just puts kids in fear. Rand Paul says, I have spent my career fighting waste, fraud, and abuse in Washington. And this Wednesday, HSGAC hearing takes on 2 of the most urgent examples. Nick Shirley will testify how loopholes allow non-citizens to fraudulently collect taxpayer-funded welfare benefits, straining public resources and rewarding those who should not qualify. James O'Keefe, we just saw him, so I'm going to skip that. There it is. That's that. Breaking: unvaccinated chief warrant officer 5 Kenny Kelly, a master aviator, has officially been reinstated to the U.S. military with full back pay, entitlements, station preference, and benefits. He had been removed due to refusing the COVID jab under Biden. I'm glad to see that. Fantastic. Wasn't that racist of them to kick him off just for that? Oh, Spaceballs 2! Look at that! A new poster for Spaceballs 2. The new one. Spaceballs, the new one. Oh, man. We're so lucky that he's still around cranking these out. And here's something very disturbing. Of course, many people here have heard this before. In 1975, when I was 12, I was raped by a 42-year-old man. Hillary Clinton volunteered to be his lawyer. In court, Hillary told the judge that I made up the rape story because I enjoyed fantasizing about older men. And here's what Hillary Clinton said. Yeah, I got him off. So what? Who cares? We got the evidence thrown out. So he walked. Laughs. I mean, sure, we know he did it. Laughs. But it didn't matter. What a evil, evil, evil person. That poor little girl. My God. And actually, there was more than one person there, too, doing it to her. Very sick. Very sick. Nelia Crum put that out. Thanks. And there's our last show. We're going to go back to the studio. Here we are. And yeah, isn't that wild? Oh, it's so hot here again. It's so hot that the only thing you can do is melt. That's really the only thing you can do in this kind of heat. Just melt. I'm melting. We're all melting over here. Well, alrighty, Aphrodite. Well, let's go over to X and see what's happening over there, shall we now? Oh, you know what? I'll hold for processing. Hold for processing. Here we go. Now we got her. Now we're cooking with Crisco. Don't cook with Crisco. It's cottonseed oil. Shouldn't be eating it. They use pesticides on cotton that is, you know, not meant for food. So the whole idea of that's just so bizarre. So here we are at X. And there's our thumbnail for tonight's show, which I still think looks like the American flag here, kind of. Look at that. Maybe we could claim that territory because it's our flag. Justine Elon Musk is calling on France to elect right-wing Marine Le Pen. Yes, after she was given the green light by a court to run for president. I can't believe that they are letting her do that, because they have not let her do that. She's always leading, and then they throw her in jail or say she can't run. It's pretty corrupt over there. I think a lot of the European countries are very corrupt. Very corrupt. Corruptness. Oh, Pentagon releases UAP files in April 2005. I cannot verify this. It looks totally fake to me. I've never seen this before. If that was really released in 2005, I would have seen it, okay? It's just someone trying to get clickbait, and I fell for it for that. Although it's a teaching moment. Joan Rivers was asked what she thought of Donald Trump. Let's see what she said.
Jennifer B. Wants to know on Twitter, how do you really feel about Donald Trump?
I adore Donald. Do you know, smart.
Yes.
No one gives him credit. I did Celebrity Apprentice. I thought, Donald. And
Right.
then you go and you do Celebrity Apprentice and you realize this is so smart, so professional. I think he's terrific. I think he would have made a great president.
Really?
Because he's a businessman. He would have walked and said, okay, now what do we have to do?
Right.
All right, you do this, we'll do this, let's do it. He's smart. Yeah.
Jennifer B. Wants to know on Twitter, how do you...
Isn't that interesting? Too bad she didn't live long enough to see that. Now, this is very... I think it's a friend who motivates you and makes you smile.
Sure, Rue. Oh my gosh, I love them so much.
Abby, if she goes, be ready to get out of the way.
And me too.
Oh boy.
Ruby! Oh, she's going around the code. Good job! What are you doing?
Oh,
She's looking for you, Abby.
poor little girl. She smiles. Oh. Aww.
He's kind of... Good thing he's got a helmet on.
Toe to go.
Good job, Ruby.
Oh, that's just Epoch Times. Thank you, Epoch Times. That was beautiful. And I say a little prayer for that little girl so she can be as healthy as she can be. My goodness, so
I just made a fishing lure using a butter knife. Let's see if I can catch a fish on it.
First up is our action test. Surprisingly, it has a pretty good wobble. Let's take our first cast with the butter knife lure. The way I worked this bait was just letting it sink for a few seconds and then jerking it upwards. I even gave it a few turbo jerks as seen in this video. Guess the jerking paid off because we were hooked up. Don't mind the sped up audio, it's because y'all didn't believe me last time when I caught a fish on a spoon.
Go. Oh. Oh, the freaking butter knife. Come in here. Look at that guy. Oh! That thing inhaled that butter knife.
I guess it really is true that pike hit everything. Honestly, next time I may as well make a sock lure. They probably bite on that too. Let me know in the comments what other crazy lures I should make.
A knife.
I just made a fishing lure using a butter knife.
That's funny. Oh, look at this moose. Ever see a moose? They're big.
What do I do?
They like coffee though.
What do I do?
Give them some coffee.
I don't know. Annette?
Holy shit. Holy shit.
Isn't that wild? Moose are the strangest looking animals. You know, they don't have a tail either. Isn't that wild? I know that because when I was working on one of my children's books, there's a little moose, and Awesome Possum's teacher is Miss Moose, and I researched it, and they don't have tails. Isn't that weird? I mean, you'd think that they would. Herschel Walker won. Herschel Walker needs to be sworn in, and Warnock needs to be escorted out of the Senate. Repost if you agree. Yes, there's no way he could.
Andromedans tell you that the Alpha Draconans are here now. Where?
There are 1,833 of them that have been living underground between 100 and 200 miles beneath the surface. They've been here, some of them have been here a long, long time. They have lifespans that are thousands of years. They're carnivorous. They are not friendly to mankind, at least the ones that are here.
Are you saying carnivorous, they eat humans?
Yes. And they need to be, they won't eat a dead human. It has to be alive at the time of the killing. Their preference is children. You know, and we've been told, you shouldn't talk about that. You know, there are other people say, well, you better not talk about the reptilians. Well, you know, bull. You know, why not? According to the Andromedans, they're responsible for 31,712 children disappearing in the last 25 years from the United States. These children were food. And I'm supposed to just shut up and not say anything about it because people don't want to hear it? That's tough. That's tough. You know, Westchester County, in the last 5 years, 3,000 children in Westchester County, New York, have vanished without a trace. Where are they going? Why are we allowing this to happen? And why should people stay in denial about it?
Now, how are they able to do this? How are they able to? How are they able to? How are they able to do it? How are they able to come up out of this from underground and do it, or do they have?
There are tunneling systems everywhere. They're being helped by the Greys, and also there are groups within the higher echelon that are actually helping them acquire this.
So human beings are abducting the kids and giving them to the Greys, who in turn give them to the Alpha Draconans?
That's right. That's part of the deal. They won't come up as long as we feed them down there. You understand? It's about human beings selling themselves out. The echelon attitude here, the needs of the few outweigh the needs of humanity. And sorry, that just isn't right. You know, but it's going to have to be humanity that's going to rise up and take the stand. You're just going to have to turn off your televisions. They're going to have to get in their car. They're going to have to fire everybody in Washington, D.C. that knows and does nothing. And they're going to have to do something. You know, this apathy's got to end. Otherwise, the way we live is going to end. Period. I mean, that's the bottom line. You know, and I'm not coming from a fear space. I'm really quite angry about the apathy and the fact that, you know, when people give lectures and try to tell us, people want to stand up and fight with them. Look at what's happening around us. The indications are everywhere, everywhere. The truth is now an obscure thing. You know, the lie is the norm. There's something wrong here. What's wrong with this picture?
Yeah, I will agree. And Delona55, welcome to the program, Delona, says, a moose bit my arm at one of those safari parks where you feed animals from your car. Oh my goodness. That must have hurt. They're powerful animals. They probably have a very devastating bite. My goodness, I'm sorry that happened to you. And JJ says, hey, Aaron, Truth Quest Aaron Moriarty, you would be a great guest author artist for my main podcaster. She spotlights all kinds of artist types. I would love to. Let's see. Yeah, I guess I could put my email address, I think, is in the description below. It's hotgamesandpuzzlesllc @gmail.com. hotgamesandpuzzlesllc @gmail.com. That's what it is. Thanks, JJ. And then Cap78 says, I agree, Valeronian. These folks are sick and evil. Yes, JJ. Great. We'll contact you on X too. Okay, great. Groovy like a record. And yeah. Alex Collier, very interesting character. Andy doesn't believe him, but
you ready to
I
see
do.
the most dystopian fucked thing that I've seen in a long time? Check out my loaner car from Audi. Okay, so beautiful Q7. See that? Mm-hmm. I have this car for a couple days because my Audi has a coolant issue and is under warranty. So I got this loaner while my car's in the shop, and I just wanted to show you. It sent me with a personal assistant. I don't know if this is a new thing at all dealerships or if this is just an Audi thing, but in the car, let me just show you. Ready? We're gonna meet my new best friend. Meet the Eye of Sauron. Yes, that is a camera. That camera records everything I do, everything I say, every movement I make. If I want to pick my nose, no, you can't. Somebody's watching. If I wanted to eat something, no, somebody's watching. Oh, and then listening. How is this legal? How is it legal that a dash cam can voice record everything that you're talking about, private information? I work in medicine and I speak to patients on the phone about private health information every day. And now I can't do that in this car because Audi is recording it and listening and videotaping. And on top of that, it's also your driving best friend. So if you're speeding, it knows and it tells you speeding. If you are not wearing your seatbelt properly, it tells you seatbelt. It's watching, it's capturing, it's recording. I don't know how this is legal, but I wish I had known about this feature before I agreed to take this loaner car, because I would have 100% paid $700 for a rental car instead of this. I can't tell you how uncomfortable I feel in this car. Can't even enjoy the beautiful brand new Q7 that I get to cruise around in because I have the Eye of Sauron watching. It is so disturbing. So welcome to the future. For anyone that thinks that this is a good idea, just take a car with somebody watching you. Who knows who's on the other end? This is so creepy. I hate it. I don't like it. Fully reject. No. Do better, Audi. No, this is horrible. No.
So this is the camera, and if you zoom way in, you can see that it's actually made by a company called Lytix. So what is Lytix? Lytix is a company that provides video telematics and fleet safety system to commercial vehicles and rental fleets. So a rental fleet like Audi. It's an interior camera that looks like the Eye of Sauron feel because it's always monitoring the cabin. It has AI-powered driver monitoring for risky behavior, speeding, seatbelt issues, distractions, phone use, drowsiness, harsh braking they're going to control now.
Yeah, isn't that wild? Oh, and JJ says, I know my podcast.
And that is why I've introduced legislation to add the Equal Rights Amendment as the 28th Amendment, enshrining it as the law of this land.
I'd be happy to look at your Equal Rights Amendment and read through it. I guess my biggest question was, does it define what a woman is?
Yeah.
We'll take a look at it. I just was hoping for some analytical clarity, but thank you. We'll take a look at it.
And that is
Brandon Gill is
and
awesome.
look who I find him with.
Look at this guy. heard his dog was over in this field.
He's got another dog with him. But oh wait, he's got a goat in tow.
This is great.
Hey goat, you want to get in my truck too? Come on, hop in there. Everybody just get in. Come on, get in there. Yep, hop in. I'll take you all with me. Yep, I got a goat and 2 dogs in my truck. Get in the back. Just make yourself at home. And look who I find him with.
Isn't that funny?
Here. Yes. Okay.
James O'Keefe.
Okay. So if we preach in here, we're going to be...
James O'Keefe put this out. This is your weekly reminder that the probable cause for the FBI raid against my home is still completely redacted. Not just most of it, literally every single word is redacted. Who watches the Watchmen? Good question. Good.
You're arrested for trespassing illegally. Okay. That's all we need. All right. Be offensive. That's the standard.
No, I mean it can be loud, it can be what you're saying, it can be all kinds of different things. But we got multiple complaints about the volume and being in people's ears.
But he wasn't in his ears. We were in front of a truck. Sorry, we were in back of a truck, behind the truck.
And you'll have your day in court. You can argue it out.
Yeah. Here.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So
no freedom of speech in this town, but they're going to get a rude awakening. Offensive speech. No, you can use offensive speech. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, unless you're threatening someone's life or something. Anyway, thanks, Harmeet Dillon. She's doing a great job, too.
He says, you're not going to believe this.
Here's an interesting
He says, I'm going to tell you anyway. He says, I hiked up there, and you're not going to believe what I seen. I hiked up there before the light come on. He said the light came on, and 2 gray aliens walked right out of the side of the hill, about 3 foot tall. 2 gray aliens walked right out of the mountain. No door, no nothing, just walked right out of the dirt. He says that light came on and they walked right out of the dirt, right out of the side of the hill. Stood there and looked up in the heavens for about 2 hours. And then they walked back in the hill and the light went out. He says, it's dirt. It's hill, it's mountain. There's no nothing there. It's solid, it's ground. How they came out of there. So he says, you want to see? And I says, well, all right. I says, I'll come up to your house. What time? He says, come up to my house a little after midnight. So he says, you're not going to believe this.
Interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, if they have a phase shifter, they can go through rock or anything. And there's actually human technology like that
down in
too.
that cave.
These volunteers are members of the Great Needs Trust, an Amish community in Pennsylvania, offering not just their skilled hands and their time, but their compassion as well.
We wanted to help the people that had the disaster. Our heart just felt drawn to come help.
Since the storm, more than 2,000 volunteers have stepped in to help rebuild, and donations have poured in. Kindness from strangers, helping their neighbors.
All of the building material that's going into rebuilding these stores has been donated up to this point, and it's just been a tremendous recovery story that is ongoing.
They are not just fixing buildings in Chimney Rock. They are rebuilding a sense of community. One nail at a time.
It's just inspiring to me to see how people can pull together and work together and get something done.
It just fills my heart with joy, just watching people just get their life back again.
There's still plenty of work ahead, but for Chimney Rock, recovery is clearly in motion. And now these volunteers from hundreds of miles away have become part of this mountain town's future.
We work mostly in Chimney Rock.
Isn't that great? The Amish.
What will be the headline Friday morning regarding this speech? I mean, what do you think? This feels like a bit of a potpourri. I don't know what to expect exactly.
Yeah, they're just talking about.
Girls around the nation are anticipating your big announcement on Thursday night regarding election machines and integrity.
He's not going to tell
The
them.
reality is
Gerald Ford is not a pedophile per se. He's what I refer to as trisexual. He'll try anything. Any age, anybody, anytime, anywhere, just as long as he had control. Because he had a perversion of power, in addition to his interest in mind control. Therefore, it was Gerald Ford who came out to our house and explained to my father how to raise me in the project according to government specifications. My father had been caught sending this child pornography through the U.S. mails, and therefore he was approached and told that if he sold me into that project, that he would gain immunity from prosecution. My father remains free from prosecution to date for so-called reasons of national security. Once my father agreed to sell me into the project, I was taken routinely to Mackinac Island, Michigan, which is a political retreat where the Michigan governor's mansion is located. It was a bohemian grove of sorts where politicians met and discussed New World Order controls, where they discussed mind control of the masses, mind control in the school systems, how to use occultism as a trauma base. One of my sexual abusers at that time was the Prime Minister of Canada, Pierre Trudeau. Pierre Trudeau is a professed Jesuit. Now, the Jesuits are an intelligence arm of the Catholic Vatican. Pierre Trudeau represented this criminal faction of the Catholic Church, of the Jesuits, who believed in mind control of the masses because they wanted to be the one world church in the New World Order.
Yeah. Yes, listen to Kathy O'Brien. Yes, she's remarkable. And I truly believe her. It rings true.
June release of the Consumer Price Index, expecting a
Everything's doing great.
And the land is
Look at this sculpture of Charlie Kirk.
No, I won't be afraid. Oh, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me. So darling, stand.
It's a great sculpt of his face. However, I think his shoulder, something looks weird on his right shoulder. Something about the something's a little off with his proportions. But his face is wonderful. Great job. So hard to sculpt faces too, and he did a great job. Look at that. Beautiful. In New York City's Times Square, September 10th. Look at that. Why would the Pentagon classify this?
1 years. Insiders claim that in 1965, a classified research program inside the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, aka DARPA, confirmed something that would destroy the entire pharmaceutical industry overnight. Human tissue, including nerve cells, organ tissue, and spinal cord fibers, can fully regenerate when exposed to a precise electromagnetic frequency window between 7.83 hertz and the 14.1 hertz. The project was codenamed Operation Lazarus. They tested it on 214 soldiers with catastrophic battlefield injuries, burns, severe tendons, and shattered vertebrae. 94% of subjects showed complete tissue regeneration within 36 to 48 hours. Bone fractures healed in 4 days instead of 6 weeks. Nerve damage previously considered permanent reversed entirely, and 2 paraplegic soldiers regained full mobility within 11 days. The lead scientist, Dr. Robert O. Becker, later published fragments of this research in his book, The Body Electric, and, of course, was immediately stripped of all federal funding, blacklisted from every university, and erased from medical history. Here is what they classified. Your DNA would then not be a fixed code, but a receiver. Every strand of your DNA operates as an antenna. It receives and transmits electromagnetic information. When your body is exposed to the correct frequency, your DNA activates repair sequences that mainstream medicine says are impossible. The 7.83 hertz, aka the Schumann resonance, which is the Earth's electromagnetic resonance, activates stem cell production. 10.5 hertz triggers full body cellular regeneration, and the 14.1 hertz repairs neurological damage and restores synaptic connections. Your body was designed to heal itself. They just turned off the signal. Why? Well, maybe because a cured patient is a customer lost. Remember, the global pharmaceutical industry generates $1.48 trillion every year. Every dollar depends on just one lie, that the human body cannot heal itself without chemical intervention with pills that create side effects. In other words, new diseases. If true, Operation Lazarus would then prove that this is false, already back in 1965. The claim is that this is not just a theory, but documented Pentagon research. Of course, Google or AI won't budge on this one. So, you let me know what you think. Could frequency healing be the future of medicine? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Don't forget who loves you, and I'll catch you in the next one.
Of course it is the wave of the future. Definitely. Definitely.
Add in the second scanner.
Let's see here. Oh, look at this weird,
We drained the
weird
beautiful,
thing.
reflecting pool today in order to...
Oops. Look at this. Curiosity. Newest image from JWST just dropped. This is... It looks like a ring, doesn't it? That's bizarre. There's the Hubble image of the same thing. It looks like a spaceship, doesn't it? That's bizarre. Wow. I like that. I like it a lot.
fix the scars.
Donald was the young man who was going to conquer.
Communism is so...
Lindsay has always been there for me.
We saw that. We saw that. We saw that. All right. You know what? We're just going to call it a night. Okie dokie, Pinocchio. Oh, and for JJ, I just want to show a little bit. I told you I'm working on some children's books. Behind me are children's books that I did already illustrate years ago. This is Popple's Place. It was Jeff Foxworthy endorsed it. Oh, you know what? Okay, sorry about that. This was Popple's Place, second book in the series, by Judith C. Johnson, written, and I illustrated it. And these books were endorsed by Jeff Foxworthy. We met with him, and he endorsed them because these books helped the children's hospitals. And so here is Popple in his bedroom, and you can see the artwork on his wall. My kids did 2 of those pieces of art, and the author's kids did the other 2 pieces of art. And it's a great little story about these fanciful animals in the forest. And we pitched this concept to Disney, and Jeff Foxworthy agreed to be the voice of Ollie the Owl. The Owl. So this is the first book, Popple. So yeah, let me see. Let's see the inside of this a little bit. It's very colorful, very colorful. Printed in the USA, made in America, like things always used to be. And the one I'm working on right now is this one, Awesome Possum, and Awesome Possum Goes to School. So yeah, that's that. And you know what? Maybe I'll share the screen on something here. So here is one of the pages in Awesome Possum Goes to School, which will be the second book. And here he is. He can't stop thinking about his school day ahead. Look at that. There's the Awesome Possum. And on the wall here, this one right here was done by Evan. And this one here was done by my granddaughter, Hazel. We're going to put some more kid art on the wall there. So that's good. And they get credit for it in the book too. So that's that. So that's that. Awesome Possum. So I'm really looking forward to getting those all done and out onto the market. And Kathy says, good night, everyone. It says, oh, nice. Illustrator too. Cool, Aaron. Well, thank you very much. And Cap 78 Pack, Peggy Dancer. And thank you, Peggy, for your donation. Thank you, at Aaron. Great show again. God bless you all. Much love and peace in. See you Friday night. Have a great rest of your week. Good night, Truth Questers. Love the books. Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Peggy. And D. Dale says, Cap 78 Pack. Good night, friend. Valeronian says, I imagine the deep state liquidating the guinea pigs afterward, trying to keep this stuff secret, right? Probably. And JJ says, so cool, Aaron. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate that. And JJ says, give it up for Aaron. Oh, thank you very much. Appreciate that. And Cap 78 Pack says, good night, D. Dale. And D. Dale says, great show. Great chat. Later, friends. Well, thank you very much. Thank you all so very much. I got to put some hearts on that too. Okay, there it is. Oh, and I want to show a quick little video before we leave here. Thank you all so very much. There's that. And then Valerian says, a star with a ring around it, from Larry Niven's sci-fi novel, Ringworld. Oh, interesting. That's interesting. Okay, now we're gonna, media assets. Oops, too far down. Here we go. Here's a little video of my daughter, Alicia, and one of my granddaughters, Chloe, with chickens on their heads.
What does Chloe have on her head? What is that?
Chicken.
A chicken? What does a chicken say?
Oh, so cute. Too cute. So awesome. All right, friends. Well, thank you all so very much. We do this Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at about 9 p.m. Central. Why? Because we're just on Range of Strange, where the outrageous is contagious and the paranormal is the new normal. So keep your cameras and your phones pointed to the skies so you can take a picture of that crazy UFO and come on the Truth Quest and talk about it, because we'd love to hear that story about your UFO experience. Until then, we'll see you on Friday right around 9 p.m. Central. Until then, peace in. That's world peace, baby. It's coming. Yeah. World peace. I'm here for it. Thank you very much. And JJ says, nice. Thank you. All right. See you Friday, 9 p.m. Central. Same bat time, same bat channel.